Terrence.
Pumpkin.
Jeff.
Vibe check.
No. Frakes.
Purple pumpkins.
Mahogany. And me. Probably not passing the vibe check.
Yeah, probably not.
When he said vibe check, I forgot Frakes' name for half a second.
Vibe checks off.
Just got washed away in the tidal wave of Zoomer slang.
No.
It's just hearing that come from Jeff.
Yeah. That's a hell of a dichotomy.
Where I'm working now, there's a lot of like high schoolers who do like the expo and food running and stuff. So I hear a lot of their slang, and now I know that I'm nearly 40. I don't understand most of it. It's fine.
You should be terminally online like me. That way you'll know what's going on.
Yeah, you're so in touch with today's youth, Terrence.
I'm in touch with today's youth at the exact distance I want to be.
You know what those high schoolers never talk about? Twitter. They're not on it.
That's annoying.
Oh no, I use Twitter to stay in touch with the news. If it's annoying enough to end up on Twitter, then it's probably worth at least looking into.
They might go flooding back to Twitter when the government shuts down TikTok for some stupid reason.
They won't. They'll just go back to Instagram, where they had already gone to from Twitter.
You know, but they left Instagram to go to TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? Maybe they'll all flood Facebook again. Not Facebook, MySpace.
It's
They
back,
don't,
baby.
they don't know what the fuck MySpace is.
They'll think they discovered it for the first time. We found this crazy cool new website. You know, you can
OMG.
put your musical playlist on your page.
Yep.
It
I did it
autoplays
back in the
music when
day.
you go. Awesome.
I don't even know if you can still do that on MySpace. I mean, I know MySpace still exists, but I haven't.
I
looked
found
at it.
my MySpace page about 6 months ago. I was looking for it, and I was able to find it.
Was all your stuff still there?
I think it was. Most of it was, because I think there was some of the music no longer was
Yeah,
attached.
So I had a lot of, when I worked at a radio station, this was 20 years ago now. We used MySpace because it was the thing, and I could put all of my comedy bits, which weren't great, but I have a soft spot for them. I had them all on MySpace, and eventually I was like, I should probably go download those off that website so they don't vanish. They had already vanished. So then I did a little research. Apparently MySpace did some kind of update, and it caused every file in their system, music file, to just be corrupted. Unrecoverable. Oh.
Cool.
I guess I'll never get to hear all those songs we made about Crazy Kev not being able to read, or
I mean, you could just remake them, right? I mean,
yeah, it's kind of one of those, like, it was really raw, and in the moment. We used to do the show live, and I don't know how to play the guitar, but I would play the guitar sometimes.
it's like a punk band's first album where there's still garage and there's a lot of noise, and then it's like pretty raw, and now it would be like what a punk band's second album, which is studio and kind of lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get the traffic noise undertones.
Or the tinny sound of whatever fucking bathroom they're recording.
We had a song we wrote called "Searching for Butch's Penis," which we bought Kevin a blow-up man for his birthday, and it came with a detachable dildo. Took missing before the party was over, so we know somebody stole it.
Somebody smuggled it out.
Somebody's like, "I'm taking
somehow.
it." So then this blow-up dude was just left with this meat curtain balloon hanging where the penis was supposed to lock into. And God, it was funny. But the song is not something you can replicate after all these years.
You had to be there. Yes.
I mean, I get it. Dildos are expensive.
Yeah, not the ones that come with a blow-up man.
These are not. They're not sending their best fake dicks here.
No. It's like a repurposed thermos from the Dollar General or something. You know,
Just picture like one of those thin plastic ketchup bottles that you take for picnics with the little pointy bit.
Oh yeah. Like a squeeze bottle.
Yeah, squeeze bottle.
Squeeze bottle. Terrence is a proud gay man. How many dildos do you have?
None.
Really?
He's
What?
one. He's married to him.
That's a
But
person. You don't really get to call it a dildo unless you could put it in a drawer.
Yeah.
Well, if you fold them well.
I mean, and it all depends on what you guys are into. I mean, if you got a cage underneath the bed that he crawls into, I'm sure you could refer to him as a dildo. Sorry, was that a little too high level masochism?
Yeah, a little too on the nose for Terrence.
Cage underneath the bed. That's some fucking like X-Files shit right there.
That's gimp shit, man.
No, every time somebody says about storing people under the bed, I think about like the incest family from X-Files, where they kept their mom on under the bed on like
Ew.
a roller, like a.
There she is.
We do if we dug deep enough in the filth well, Mahogany would voice her displeasure.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't see my face, but
I can't be the only one that saw that episode.
yeah, my dad's girlfriend is well, I'm 40, so you could do the math there. I'm not going to blast how old she is on here. She's an elderly lady. She talked about, I've tried listening to your show, but it's not really Mahogany both went, oh, it's low brow. It's very toilet humor. We don't expect you to really get involved with this.
Oh, was this the wine sommelier girlfriend? Oh yeah. Yeah, we're definitely not her crowd.
It's fun. She's very
sorry,
nice.
we should pepper in more haute couture for her.
I don't even know what that means.
Neither do I.
Is that a name brand of caviar? That's what it sounds like.
It's a very specific hot sauce.
I'll just drop it. How about that? Penises.
Anyway. That's safe.
But fake penises seem like an easier thing to like take care of, because as a not proud straight man, I just happen to be straight. I bought a fake vagina once, and I only used it a handful of times. Get it? Handful. But the cleanup, horrible. Nobody wants to do that after the business. It's, and if you don't clean it up, it gets moldy.
Does the mold add texture?
No, well, there's nothing like sadder than like having to go to the sink and rinse that thing out when you're done. It's
okay. Thank God. I thought it was just me. Like that's the big hurdle for me for buying sex toys.
The cleanup.
Yeah, like I could just use a towel, put it in the wash.
I mean, I gotta wash these sheets eventually.
He said, having never done it once.
When the wind doesn't move them anymore, it's time.
When they change color, that's the mechanism to know when you got to wash them, right?
When you hear that crunching noise and you can't find any chips on the bed.
Oh. Mahogany, you still with us?
I'm glad this.
She tuned us all the way out.
I'm glad this app can't do a dial tone noise, because I'm sure we get from her a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just turn up my music sometimes.
It's already so loud, which we discovered episode 1.
I mean, I have a volume control on my headphones. So like I have it turned up so that I can have it loud if I want it loud, but I can also turn it down. You know what I mean? Like it's not as loud for me as it is for you.
I still get a fucking kick out of that. It sounds like the wind. I can't even replicate that song. It was just so fucking perfect. But speaking of characters, we're in space.
We are in space. And since Frakes is so desperate to segue, I guess I will. Raiders of the Lark 2.0. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Implantapod, the secret storage pod you can implant from Surgico. Meanwhile, as you guys are heading back,
It's a suppository.
meanwhile, you guys are headed back, just getting to the Fool's Gambit after your harrowing escape from getting hijacked and exploded by the stranger who called himself Kreider. The pod bay opens up, and once you guys finish your docking procedure, you exit the, what was the name of the pod again? I know you told me.
Axion.
The Axion. Let me write
The
that.
axe.
After you depart the Axion and begin heading back up to the control deck, the first thing you hear is a loud groan from the common area.
No.
Another one. It's the cat. Whenever you arrive, you see the cat sitting on the table in front of the holovision as it flickers through, and you see him basically laying on his back, groaning. He's like, another news report. The image of the screen is a sharply dressed and smiling man with 3 eyes and a great hair. Well, thanks for that, Tina. A little earlier today, in a move just as surprising as his arrival, the ambassador from the Leskinar Empire swiftly departed. Here's the last moments of his interview. It cuts to, you see a sort of an average-looking human man wearing robes severe robes of black, almost form-fitting, high collar. He's got a face that is blandly handsome, but unremarkable. The interviewer, another 3-eyed humanoid of some kind, says, well, we're all grateful for you, for everything you've done. He's like, well, it's important to the Empire to treat our neighbors with the respect and charity that they deserve. And after hearing about your horrible accident on the moon of he thinks for a moment. The interviewer speaks up for him. Zach Smar, yes. That we had to at least do something for you, and so we are giving you an aid packet that we hope will help you to get the economy of the system back on its feet. I know how very important this station was to the overall health of your space transport. And if you'll excuse me, you see him stop for a moment, and then the interviewer looks a little confused, and then it cuts away back to the handsome man. After that, after an emergency phone call, the ambassador had to depart from our interview, but we are very thankful for the Empire's financial aid in this time of tragedy.
That is the face of our enemy.
Coming up next, The cat, frustrated, slams the button that says, "I am so tired of local television."
Okay. Real quick. Didn't we have all the footage and stuff we downloaded from the ship?
Yes.
About them talking about how this was an attack by the Empire?
Hmm?
An attack, we assume, by the Empire. We didn't
Well-
have any definitive proof that it was the Empire, aside from the robots that were left on the moon.
Right. But so I'm gonna compile information when I get a chance. Compile the information together and make a file and see if I can send it to some kind of broadcast system in the local system so that this goes out, and they realize that their aid packet is pretty much a debt that they should have Empire needs to pay for what they did to the station.
All right. You quickly scan over. You don't find any actual mentions of the Empire on any of the video feeds. However, you do find a couple of clear frames of vessels in the skies that you don't recognize the make of the ship. You hope someone else can.
Right. And I won't actually mention that the Empire is responsible. I'll let people make that connection themselves.
All right. Give me a computer use to try and get this broadcasting somewhere.
Okay. Oh shit. Natural 20.
Okay.
So that was 33.
Okay. You're able to patch into the local satellite networks, though with the same one that's been broadcasting the official warning to stay away from the planet. And you're able to reverse the signal, sending it back towards the planet of its origin. You send it on its way, but it's going to take hours to get there.
Oh, that's fine.
Meanwhile, the cat says, "And they've been running that stupid clip for 2 hours now."
All right. So what else are we going to do, guys?
I think we are going to
gals?
try and find these coordinates and go there.
Did we figure out where that guy was at? The one that was set us up for sabotage? Is he in system?
Yeah, apparently he was. He was up to 2 hours ago.
Yeah, he was the
But it
fucking
took you
ambassador.
guys about
Okay.
that long to get back to the ship after all the hubbub.
Did they call him Ambassador Kreider by chance, or just the ambassador?
They just called him ambassador, the Presleskinar ambassador.
All right. So,
But the
real
voice,
quick-
the voice is instantly recognizable to you guys.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the scrap of numbers and I will run through my database of coordinates and I will try to find a match.
You find 13 matches within packed space.
Any within Presleskinar?
You don't have any Presleskinar. Wait, no, you do have Presleskinar maps, as it turns out, and you see that there is a "Would you like to expand the search" option on your screen. You do, and you find a further 24 locations, 37 in all. It is an incomplete coordinate.
How many numbers are we missing?
It looks like you're missing the part that tells you which sector that you need to go to.
Okay.
Like you get the individual planetary coordinate and the sector coordinate mushed together, and that gives you generally the code. And these are all very simplified kind of things. The computers do a lot more work once you punch the code in, but.
And we were sure these were coordinates are part of.
You Geist know that is the first thing that came to mind when you heard the word, the numbers. Sorry.
So we're not sure that these are coordinates.
No, you're not sure what your coordinates, and your conversation with Kreider was not terribly illuminating. It might have been for him, though.
Yeah.
The transponder record from the Madrigal is a self-wiping transponder, you find out, but it only does it in like short bursts. It will clear the records every week while it is functioning. Luckily, it wasn't functioning when you found it. And so you still have the last 5 stops this ship made.
Do any of those corresponds with the partial coordinates that I have?
They do not.
False.
What's the last couple of them, so we like compare those to the map and see if there's any of them that might lead us to more information.
Yeah, do they go deeper into Presleskinar space, or do they lead deeper into pack space, tracing backwards?
All right, tracing backwards. Another one here on the borderlands, the border territories. One back, one from packed space. One back, one from Presleskinar space.
So they went from Presleskinar to packed to border to where we found them.
Correct.
Time codes with those two?
Time codes, as always, are fairly subjective, but this has been a trip of at least 2 months just from the drift.
And I'm trying to correlate that with the message that we received.
The message you received?
Where he had sent a message to me about meeting.
Yeah, no, then that would make these trips at least 3 months old, because his last message was or no, not about 2.5 months old. His last message was done in haste on a ship that was about to be exploded. But let's see, that means they arrived about a week before you guys went missing from your very own lives.
In our own minds, or in actual the 8-day time?
The 8-day period.
Okay, so our memories still have no correlation to any of his time overlaps.
Not a bit.
Okay.
Does anyone have the hacker background or whatever it was?
Man, I got investigator background.
Okay, that'll work too.
Oh, you mean like the theme?
Yeah, theme. That's the word I'm looking for.
No, I do not.
All right, investigator guy. Now that you're in a system that is marginally connected to hack space, however, you know that you at least have a day. If this Kreider fellow is headed toward this planetoid and has not instead left the system, then it's going to take at least a day to get here with your general, even with an extremely fast vessel. But you do have access to a more robust investigatory databases while you're in system. What would you like to investigate?
Any ideas, guys?
The last stop in Presleskinar space, what was it? What's the system? Any information we can get on that? Because I'm thinking, if this guy threatened us, hijacked our ship, attempted to hijack our ship, tried to blow us up, he's coming. And you said it's going to take about a day for a fast ship to get to us from the planet?
Yeah. The very minimum.
I think we need to pick a direction and drift. And just get out of real space and into a quote-unquote safe area so that we can do more research at leisure without worrying about our ship getting blown out of the stars.
Jumping into the drift isn't necessarily safe.
Oh yes, I didn't do my finger quotations high enough. But yes, safe space in heavily italicized quotes.
Yeah.
But it's safer than being targeted.
So looking through the information that we have, does anything stand out as being unusual, more so than the rest?
Everything here is tailored to pass generally planetary authority inspections. You have to dig pretty hard to find anything out of the ordinary. When you do begin digging in, you find that there is a slight discrepancy in time between this last stop and the stop before it. A hidden fourth stop.
Okay.
But it too is encrypted. So I guess give me another computer use or engineering if you think that would work as well. Like this thing is extremely weird.
So can I work with Tucker, what's the name of your character?
Valgorth.
Valgorth. Can I work with Valgorth and we want by combining computer and engineering try to work on this?
Sure.
I can assist with engineering.
Yeah, assist me.
All right.
Technically, I can assist too.
The DC for assist in this is
10.
all right. Yeah, I assist.
All right.
It gives me a 28.
Okay. While you're assisting with the software ethics, Valgor goes to work on the hardware that you nabbed with all the information on it. Geist, you look over his shoulder, occasionally pointing out small things he's doing. Just generalized helperness, passing tools, just making things go more smoothly. It's a pretty delicate process. However, you're able to finally, after fooling with it a good bit, you're able to basically unlock it as if it's a puzzle box, and you realize that this transponder also has some hidden technology within it. You pull it apart and you see a strange, just a little slot, a place for additional information that is basically just blocked, erased, unavailable without the addition of a key.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I have a key,
All right.
don't I? Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You pulled one out of the eye socket of the dead man.
Yeah. Just on a quick glance, does it look like it's the same USB size?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, this key's a C, and this is an old B drive. Yeah, well then I'll tinker it in there.
All right. You pull it, push it in, turn, pull, put, turn, push, pull. It's its own combination lock until finally the whole thing activates and then draws together again, closing itself off, opening the rest of the file to you. It opens the file to a place called Vandal.
Vandal with a V.
Vandal, yes. Does anybody have any history, culture for
Culture.
Yes.
Yeah. If anyone has any engineering or robotics, you can add your bonus to it, or lower the DC, I suppose.
What is it? Culture?
Yeah.
I mean, I can roll it.
Yeah, anybody can roll it. I'm just asking who wants to roll it.
I got a 17, and I'm also an engineer.
Okay.
I can
culture check.
I can assist with
I'll
either
assist.
one of those.
Sure.
I'll roll a culture. I do assist with culture.
Okay.
Same here.
Me too.
All right.
We're
What'd
all
you get?
helping. Without the 3 assists? Yeah, I'm at 17. So 18, 19, 21, 23 total?
All right. The with the assist, basically you all come up with the answer simultaneously at this point.
Aha! We all look at each other. Fingers up, exclamation points over our heads.
The name rings a bell because everyone who's in the know knows what happened at Vandal. The disaster at Vandal. The cataclysm at Vandal.
The vandalism at Vandal.
Vandal Star has no planets around it because all of them were destroyed on the same day. It's something they teach to you about the war between the Vesk and the Pack Space early on. The Vandal is a spooky story, a haunted system. It's where nobody lives.
Do the coordinates that we come up about this Vandal system have any numbers in synchronicity with the numbers that I found?
They do not.
Shit.
Well, this is where the ship went here, huh?
The ship had just left there before it became here.
Let's fly back.
Is it restricted space, or do people still go in and out of the Vandal area? Even though you said there's like no planets there now.
There is no planets. The place has the remnants of a few moons.
Oh, cool. Space dust to dodge.
Huge chunks of planetary debris are all that orbit Vandal Star.
So like a bunch of asteroids.
Yeah. Okay. Did you ever see like the painting at the beginning of like in the opening credits of Thundar, where you have planets that have been cracked in half like eggs and like yeah, it's got that.
Well,
Vandal, the Thundar theme is part of space.
I believe that we have at least a marker, a mile marker to shoot for.
Sounds good to me.
Start heading in that direction. It's a start.
Before we go, are there any reasons that people would go there? Like, is there like minerals harvested from that part of space? Is it like is there a south of the border tourist trap there? Like, what's? I know it's kind of a dead space, but like, what's happening? What happens there now? You know,
Come to Vandal, the haunted solar system.
yeah.
Vandal
is it full of space eating? Is there spaceship eating aliens? You know, like what are we going for?
The thing you know about Vandal is mostly rumors. You know that in quotation marks that criminals hide out there. You know that they're secret demonic cults that make their homes there in and amongst the ruin on hastily built constructions or derelict vessels. You know monsters haunt the spaceways. Everyone knows stuff about Vandal, but no one really knows.
Nobody really goes there. Okay.
Until they go. It is frequently gone there though in holodramas.
So it's a setting in fiction.
Yeah, a lot of what you know about Vandal Star is from fictional presentations.
Well, unless there are any counter ideas, I will punch in the coordinates for Vandal Star and start making our way that way. Get out of this system at least and away from...
Well, I mean, we're heading to a place where there's probably not a grocery store. Does anybody need to purchase anything? I mean, we don't have a lot of credit still, but does there anybody need to purchase anything before we go?
Well, we've got our ship replicates our food, our supplies.
Yeah, I guess I meant more like
Gear. Well, like you said, we don't have very much money, but we do have UPBs that we could spend crafting while we're in the drift. Do we have a workstation in our ship?
We have a work area, yes.
Okay. So we could craft better gear if we need to.
All right.
When we get the UPBs for it, at least.
What about food? Says the cat.
the ship creates food.
Yeah, I've had that. I want food.
Well, people in the abyss want ice water.
Oh, you people are the worst.
Well, is there a place close to here that's got more food?
Wait, no. How long are we going to be in the drift?
Vandal actually is a theoretically shorter trip since you got it is already on the borders. Well, it is on the border of the Vesk Empire, so it might be a little longer than you think. So it'll be upward to 2 weeks, maybe again.
When the cat says, "What about real food?" I have a memory, and I go digging into my backpack, and I pull out a very, very nice can of cat food that I bought previously for some reason, and I give it to him.
Okay.
And I use my paradox for the day to do that.
All right.
So
Sweet.
I was waiting
Oh.
for a fun moment to do that. I've got it's called advanced preparations. Your knowledge of timelines lets you prepare for almost any situation, giving you exactly what you need, precisely when you need it. Once per day is a standard action. You can use a paradox to produce one consumable item, such as a grenade, serum, or spell gem. The item must have a bulk of light or less, and an item level no greater than your level. You immediately lose a number of credits equal to the value of the item, so however much the cat food was, I'm now out of that money.
Oh, you can get a whole case.
It assumes that I purchased this at some point in the past because I knew this moment would happen.
Even if you don't know that now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a literal mechanical flashback.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it costs, I have to have the money to pay for it. And it can't be like, oh my God, I bought this gun, but it can be a grenade or a healing serum or, whatever. And I can do it once per day. So like some of the forums I was reading, it's like, it's funny because like your character could be completely stripped and naked and put in jail. And you could be like, oh, I forgot I hid these lockpicks up my anus 3 days ago. And you just deduct the money that you had out so that you could get yourself out of the.
It's the Bill and Ted. We need to remember to put the keys here in the future so that we can get it later. Oh, here they are.
But yeah, now I can literally go flashback and then spend money on cat food, have it in my backpack, and hand it to the cat.
I mean, if it only has to be a light bulk or less, you can get a whole case of cat food for him.
It depends. Oh, whatever. I've got him a nice whatever, something that I didn't know, but I knew that he would like. Maybe it's a vacuum sealed package of like fresh tuna or whatever. But like,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Whenever he sees it, he's like, oh, you are a lifesaver.
Yeah, I guess. I wasn't sure why I bought this, but now I know.
I don't even like kippers.
Yeah.
It's for this very moment to make you happy, cat.
Oh, as the cat is eating his fish, his vacuum seal fish, he's like, "Oh yeah, I've gotten there's been an alert on the incoming message for like half an hour. You might want to go check on that."
Oh.
We probably should have started with that.
Sorry, my memory isn't so great.
Next time I'm just gonna buy him egg salad from a men's truck stop restaurant.
Don't do that. We'll have to deal with the cleanup.
You haven't seen a litter box around here. You don't know where he goes.
Oh,
Why are they selling egg salad in the restroom?
that was a Futurama reference. This when Fry got his brain worms that made him smart.
Oh.
I love that the thing that came out of the vending machine in the show was just sort of a brown puck, and he ate it anyway. That very
Right.
much with my experience at gas stations food.
So yeah, we'll start headed toward Vandal and check the comms.
All right. As you sit down, you do see that the comms have been barely blinking away for quite a while.
Put them on screen.
All right. You put them on screen, and then you it takes a moment for the connect to happen, and then you see the same fellow from the holovision appear on screen. He looks to be reading a data pad. He's like, "Oh, you made it. Wonderful." So I assume that you've come to a decision then.
I thought this was a message. He's calling. Did he wait 30 minutes for us to answer?
It's just
what a
been
weirdo.
calling for 30 minutes.
What a creeper.
Do we know if he can trace us through this call? Is
Now
that
that you
technology
connect-
that exists?
Now that you've connected with him, yeah, he can definitely get your coordinates for now.
Hang him up.
Yep.
All right, you cut the comm off as quickly as possible.
I thought that was a voicemail.
Yeah,
I
did
said
too.
comms. I didn't say messages.
Oh,
I heard
Yeah.
comms, then I heard 30 minutes, and I was like, oh,
I
it's a
thought I
message.
heard urgent message.
Maybe. Go back to tape.
urgent. Well, it's gonna sound like somebody pretending to have a mouthful of tuna.
As soon as you cut it off, though, a moment later, it starts blinking again.
We're just going to ignore him, right? We're done with him. Or does anyone actually want to have this conversation?
I don't want to talk to him until we know more. So let's hit that jump. Let's I guess if we're set. Cat's got its tuna. We don't have
Yep.
money for anything cool, so
Calculate the drift drive. That would be you, Valgor.
would it?
I believe so. You are the science engineer.
That's two. That's Jeff is science. I'm engineering.
Well, I'm just mashing the two jobs together. Then
You are, because you think that little of us. You're like, I'm the pilot. Nothing else matters.
I was the one with the real skills. So yeah, then I'll calculate it. I'll punch it in. Engage the drift.
Okay. All right.
Slide
Picard.
sideways through space.
Yeah. After you prepare the drift drive and everything fires up, you enter the drift once more. You hear a shudder as you do. And you see basically just a huge pillar of earth basically just appear in front of you. It just explodes into existence alongside your vessel, in front of your vessel. You're heading straight for it.
Evasive maneuvers. Hold on to your knickers, everyone.
All right. Make your piloting check.
Okie dokie. That is a 22.
What do you do? All right. You're able to narrowly fly by it. And you see that the bottom half of the pillar is entirely molten. It looks like an entire side of a mountain has been stripped away. Not just a mountain, a volcano. And you see numerous humanoid figures running down and up the slope at the same time, panicking. Their hair is on fire. No, on closer inspection, their hair is fire. But you are already on your way.
I was reading a thing about the drift and the god Triune,
Yes.
and how they think it's one of these hidden secret gods that's like changed his name because he always wanted to like destroy all of like Galarian when it was
Drobagog.
Yeah, and then now he's pretending to be this god because he's trapped and he can't get to real space to destroy it. He's using this drift to pull real space to his realm so that when it's all in the drift, then he can destroy it.
Or destroy it piece by piece.
Yeah.
Or just collapse the drift entirely.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of weird because here's the problem. It's pulling planar materials into it,
Mm-hmm.
but if you read about the planes, each plane's technically infinite. So you're pulling infinite material from each of these planes. So If it's infinite, it's not going anywhere.
He's a guy that doesn't want to retire. He's just he gets his life through hard work and dedication, and
Yep, just constantly plowing the fields.
endless task ahead makes him so happy.
He's Sisyphus.
Here's my theory. If you're a god and you have enough power to create a plane, but say you don't have enough power to like be a god, like an over god, to fill it up with stuff. What about a sleazy plan to just steal raw materials from other planes, and furthermore, having mortals do it for you?
Just set it and forget it.
Yeah, I think this is a long-term plan to create a secondary universe. That's just my theory.
I do like conspiracy theories about the drift because we'll never know in our lifetime.
You begin heading along your way. Is anybody who rolled last time?
Mahogany.
Mahogany, you rolled last time?
For how long we were in the drift? I think
Yeah.
that was her.
Sounds familiar.
All right. Well, how about you today, Tigger? Give me 5d6.
5. Oh no.
6.
Sounds even more familiar now.
Warhammer dice, don't fail me now. Oh god. 6,
No.
12, 18, 22, 23.
Wow.
3 6s, a 4, and a 1.
That's insane.
Those are great Warhammer numbers, though.
Yeah. I totally would have made that charge and killed a few demons, but
All right.
that's how many days we're going to be.
That's how many days it's going to take.
Oh, Jesus.
The drift is
Maybe
not a
because we
kind
had
of
to
mistress. You're going to...
dodge that molten fragment of a lava planet that threw us off course. I'm blaming Frakes for saying, let's go to the drift where it's safe, but he held his quotations under the camera so we didn't know. I took it as he just thought we'd be safe there.
The drift, this time the drift seems a lot longer. And as you're drifting along, you head forward a few days. 4, in fact. Before you start getting a signal within the drift coming across your display screens. It is an emergency signal. Another ship requesting aid.
Does the caller ID say scam likely?
All the comms in the ship are set up to say scam likely, no matter who calls, even
Do
each
you
other.
have Medicaid Part A and C? Are you 70 years old and easily able for me to take advantage of? Please press 1.
There is
They call me so much.
there is a text associated with the distress signal. Whenever you investigate it, you see just something scrolling by. Please help us if you can. We have money.
Hey.
I like money.
Yeah, that's not at all suspicious. Do we want to add to our 23 days to help some randos for their cash?
Well, remember why we left the last place we were at so fast is because we didn't have money to buy anything better.
This is true.
We are headed towards unknown horrors and broke. I'm for being rich and heading towards unknown horrors.
Being rich and a good Samaritan.
Rich is good.
Sure.
So we're answering the scam call. Woohoo!
Yeah,
Or
so see,
release-
there's
at
two
least
distinct
check it.
smells. I'm getting 2 distinct smells. One smells like a plot hook. The other smells like a trap.
A
Perhaps
plot
it's
hook
both.
could be a trap.
Hey, I don't know what game you think you're playing, but all my plot hooks are traps. No, I'm kidding.
How far will this take us out of our? How many days will this add? to our
Less than a
journey?
day to get to the distress signal. That's why you're able to detect it. I don't think the drift is probably very good on radio signal, frankly.
A lot of molten planet cores blocking the way.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of debris out there, and there's not a lot of actual matter between it to carry signal.
Any objections? Or are we piloting that way?
Let's go check it out.
All right.
Okay.
You veer off course and head towards the distress signal. There is a lot of debris in this area, and you can probably guess what has happened here. But the problem becomes way more obvious once you actually get within sight of the vessel. Whenever you do, you're basically just weaving in and around massive chunks of dark earth, not stone. Just it looks like someone uprooted mounds of swampland and then just set portions of it adrift. You see live trees and water like flowing between them in gently sparkling pools, which you immediately splash through. A fish slaps into your viewer or your camera, and
Hit
then
the windshield wipers.
yeah, quickly slides off. And finally,
Go ahead.
and finally, you see the vessel. It is enormous.
As the Geist is weaving through all the debris, he's doing the Mario Kart where he's leaning unnecessarily with the controls. It's just one of his little idiosyncrasies. That's how he flies.
Oh God, you're one of those people that play video games like this. Moving the thing.
Yeah,
John, I love
jump.
seeing that. For those of you who can't see us right now, it's when they lift their hands up to make the character jump with the controller.
It's not a thing modern people do, but early on in our
It's because we were technologically stupid. I
Yeah.
didn't realize
we were
how it
cavemen.
worked.
It's just instinctual. It's like I want this character that I'm controlling with these hands to go up. Go up.
like I'm trying to boost Mario into the air like a paddle ball. Like,
Yeah.
As a kid, I thought me doing that made him jump higher.
Well, it's the same thing with like Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Like every time I'm trying to punch, you're trying to like dodge weave,
Yeah.
and then like the controller like pushing it forward like you're trying to punch him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, had they did like Wiimotes and like the visual scanning thing back then when people would do that, that might have changed the way games are played forever. But after controllers got sophisticated and we got sophisticated enough to use them, everybody got real lazy and nobody wanted to stand up and move around to play a goddamn video game.
Except
But that
for
might be for the best though, because you know how many TVs got broken from people like trying to swing at stuff.
that's why the Wiimotes got the little wrist strap.
Yeah, but even the ones with the wrist strap, they only work if you use it.
That's true. It's like seatbelts. They're only effective when they're clicked.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yes, you approach this vessel, and it is big. It is it is like you guys would be like a Winnebago next to an office building compared to this thing.
Wow.
Scan it.
X-wing next to a Star Destroyer.
Not quite that big.
The Spaceball Star Destroyer. In a
Mega Man.
Winnebago. Yes. A Winnebago next to Mega Man.
Has gone from suck to blow. This vessel, big, sort of round topped kind of thing, pitted. You can see that it is a vessel of old design, old world craftsmanship, and it's just old.
Can
Apparently,
we do a culture check to see what people have made it?
she'll work.
I didn't want to take away from Jeff's scans, but I wanted to get that question out there.
I'll assist you with that. And I do.
If yours is higher, I can
It's
assist you.
14.
Okay, never mind. You assist me.
Mm-hmm.
You actually
26.
you actually don't need to do a culture scan. Geist.
Hmm.
This is a drow transport of a very early design. no windows, shaped kind of like a fish, and you also know that it was mostly used to transport captives.
Hmm.
It would probably give real life me the heebie-jeebies.
It is on the outside pretty ominous.
This is old drow construction. I think we should turn around and go.
By this time though, you get a hailing signal.
Oh shit. Did Jeff get his scans off?
Yeah, you scan the vessel. You find that it's got life forms on it, thousands of life forms.
Can I tell what type of life forms?
Most of them are pretty small.
In other words, not medium sized.
No, they're not medium sized. That is the best you're going to get. This hull is extremely thick. You can tell that it is basically built to withstand. Originally, it was built to withstand the kind of deep scanning stuff. But a lot of that old protection has apparently been pried off, and it lets you in just a little to get the life form readings.
Now, when you say old world, you mean like centuries old or
Yes,
decades old?
Centuries old. This is a centuries old vessel.
Hmm.
Before the broad corporatization of your culture, back when things were a little bit more hairy and warlike.
Yeah, yeah. Back when it was in our textbooks, they were the glory days. But anyone with a conscience knows it was fucking chaos. Okay, so this may sound horribly callous of me, but here's my thinking. We vent this ship. We vent it to space, and then we just go salvage. We don't want to deal with what's on there.
Killing everything that's on the ship.
Yes.
Well, here's my question. What can I mean? I'm just thinking, quite honestly here. What kind of service can we provide someone with this many life forms on it, this huge of a vessel? What can we actually do to help them out? I mean, I'm just trying to think. That's like,
they could strip our ship for our drift engine. They could,
but it's not going to move their vessel because it's not big enough. I'm just thinking quite logically here. What kind of assistance are they trying to get from us? Because I can't think of what we can actually do that would be able to help them.
Well, they are hailing us, so we can find out then.
Yeah, let's talk to them first.
Yeah.
All right.
And then attack.
Okay. Who's answered the hail? You answered the hail?
I'll answer the hail. As a drow, I think it would be better for them to see my people, or one of their people,
maybe.
as opposed to maybe.
All right. You answer the hail. The screen pops to life. You see what appears to be an old and extremely lived-in flight deck. You see, here are the things that immediately stick out to you beyond the person on the screen. There are two figures also on the deck with them. However, they are in their chairs and they have blankets draped over their entire bodies. You see blood soaking through. The figure on the screen before you looks to be a human of all about 9. His eyes are red rimmed. You see, he's got that look that somebody that just lost their 2 front teeth have, where the teeth are extremely large looking as they're coming in. You answer it, and he's like, "Oh no, oh no."
Don't worry. And I will open up the view to show everyone we are not all me.
He's like, "We let them in because they said they could help. And I don't know what happened. And they killed Mom and Dad and they locked me in here."
Who did you let on? Us? My people?
I don't know. There's a lot of different ones. They said they were a crew of traders.
Were you a captive of the drow?
Drow? No. What drow?
You were flying a drow ship.
Huh? No. This is a factory farm ship. He points over his shoulder to you see a large logo basically stenciled on the back wall, where you see what appears to be a sort of a smiling reptile kind of creature standing on two legs, with a fan of feathers coming out of its head and back, which you instantly recognize as a chizard.
Chicken lizard?
Yes. This gets the cat's attention. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. They got chizard on that thing?
How many survivors do you have?
I don't know. They took everybody else from the crew. I don't know who's in there or what's going on. I don't even know if they're still here. All I can get to work with is damn beacon.
Real quick, do a sense motive check. I got a 21.
No, the kid seems sincere.
Okay. So, do we see an exterior ship, or do we see a hangar bay?
You do
where-
see, yes. You do see a docking port that is open now that you've had a chance to launch some more scans its way. You get a broad overview of the exterior condition of the vessel.
I will mute the comms, and I will say, okay, I apologize. I overreacted. Perhaps we should not vent this ship.
I mean, let's not take anything off the table yet.
I do like the way you think, Valgloth. Very pragmatic. But are we boarding the ship to save a child who apparently will be useless to us?
Well, I mean, we're not necessarily bringing him back. I mean, they probably still have other people on that ship, and we'll let them. It looks like this ship has been floating out here for quite a long time, and they've been living on it like a space station.
And someone came in and started taking captives?
Somewhere on that line. Well, we won't know more unless we go investigate.
Yeah. I say we go on and we kill everybody who's carrying a gun. We predator this shit.
Okay.
Weeps keeps going to program her armor to be opaque. Normally it's transparent, but she's gonna go ahead and make it opaque, knowing there are humans on board.
Okay.
She don't trust them. I'll
Okay.
help them, but I don't trust them.
Just think of all that chizard manure. It would make excellent fertilizer.
Think of all that chizard meat.
She's trying not to get eaten.
They basically make their
Thanks.
own gravy, you know.
All right, so I guess we will make sure we're set up, and then we want to see if we can go ahead and do the dock and set the ship for lockdown.
Yep, suit up, grab all the batteries, the extra batteries off the charger.
Right.
I'm assuming we have a charging port for our batteries. We have those in our tool trailer. I can only assume that a spacefaring vessel would have a bank of battery chargers.
I'm gonna
Once it's out, it's out.
hazard a yes.
Just a bunch of dead batteries.
Pretty
in the
sure you
corner.
can on the ship, like for free or whatever. But there's there's armor slots that you can get to where while you walk it charges your battery.
Right.
Those are
Which
pretty cool.
seems like it should also be something that's just comes standard on
A spaceship?
spacesuit. Yeah.
A spacesuit, yeah. Since everything uses batteries,
They ain't gonna give that away for free.
yeah. Do you know how much a battery for a tool, like an interchangeable battery, costs? It's like $260.
Like DeWalt batteries are like $80.
No, not anymore. They're not.
Yeah, they are. I just bought one.
Not a 12-volt or a 12-hour.
The
Yeah.
20
Fight about it. Fight. Fight.
Ah, fight! Yeah, get him!
20 volt, 6 amp, $80.
Where
Kevin
the fuck are
versus
you buying
Kevin.
that?
Amazon.
Oh,
All out bananas.
Wait,
argument
Freaks,
about
where
it.
you buy your batteries?
Home Depot,
Oh,
Lowe's.
there it
That
is.
was the Essex book.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Convenience costs more. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Well, when we realize that we need a battery, we don't have time for Amazon to ship it to us.
See, that's your problem. You need to pre-order some batteries, and that way you have some batteries. Duh. Who runs this outfit?
Well, this is usually when our trailer's not on site. Anyway, yeah, we start the preparations for docking with this
I'm trying to
city
get
ship.
you to badmouth your boss on recording so I can.
I'm not going to. I like my boss.
That's right. Kiss that ass. Anyway.
Yeah, that motherfucker pays me good.
All right. You're guessing you're probably going to have to infiltrate the ship by basically accessing the docking door controls. It'll be hard to do remotely and probably a little easier to do via exiting the vessel and getting on the exterior.
That's
So there's
the
no-
engineering check, isn't it?
Hmm?
That's the engineering check on what?
Yeah, it'll be engineering to do it from both places. So it'll be, like I said, difficult to do remotely.
There's no internal hangar. There's just external docking ports.
No, there's an internal hangar for the vessel. The door is closed. It's like mostly closed.
I got you. I get you.
Okay.
Do we want to go through the hangar, or do we want to airlock on the outside and walk? We could try both. I mean, it's not gonna be an all or nothing thing. If you try it remotely and it doesn't work, then I'll spacewalk out there and do it.
Okay.
All right. Who's rolling?
For
Well, for the remote, I thought that would be Essex.
No, because it was engineering. Tucker does all engineering.
Oh, I thought that would be computers. My bad. Apologies.
okay.
You'll be using computers to get it, but attempting to make the ship's own systems do it via engineering.
Okay. Well, I start plugging away on my station to see if I can't make it happen.
All right, you make it happen, or rather, you attempt to make it happen.
18.
18. 18 is not enough. This old vessel is not sophisticated enough for you to finagle it open. It's gonna have to take in-person work.
How long have we been in the drift now?
4 days, 4.5 days.
Let me redo my paradoxes and spells then. Cuckoo.
All right.
We have a backup pilot. Yes.
Yeah, I'm right here. The cat says.
My paradoxes
Yeah.
suck.
Also, I can fly.
Well, if you insist, I'm gonna go watch TV.
Scoot.
We've seen the last time you were at the controls, you fell asleep and started shooting at any ship that flew by you.
And nobody breached.
Well, I guess
It's all about tactics. Something I can literally do in my sleep. You know. Hey, where's the remote?
I will go to the the door, the airlock. That's the word I was looking for.
All right.
And I will hook the spacewalk tether
Okay.
to my suit.
All right.
Try and get us so that within however long the tether is, 100 feet, 200 feet.
Sure.
Cool, cool.
All right. Make a pilot check for me.
It's 18.
All right. You're able to get the ship as close as you think is safe.
Great. Wish me luck.
No.
I'll open the airlock and go.
I wish you success.
I wish you success in your endeavors.
Yeah, it's like I feel like you should take some personal responsibility in this situation.
It's just
I
a
wish
turn
you
of
skill.
It's a turn of speech. Jesus, I didn't realize you were so literal.
I still don't trust you.
All right. The airlock opens. You feel the pressure change, and you're popped out into space. There's still a lot of debris in this area, so make an acrobatics check to basically bounce your way from stone to stone till you get to the vessel.
Okay, that's should I use the electronic roller, or I'm gonna use physical dice on this one?
Alright.
Oh, that's a natural 18 plus 13 for a 31.
All right. It's been a while since you've felt this comfortable in space. You leap from stone to stone, shooting them off in various directions as you are heading toward the hull of this big factory farm vessel. When you land on it and grab one of the many handholds on the exterior and begin clambering down towards the control panel. Opening the control panel is a matter of ease for you with the right tool. And when you do, you see that there are just your standard fail-safe exterior locks or exterior controls. This isn't a kind of a thing people do in general on vessels like this anymore. And everything is made as easy as possible.
It's not a physical key lock. It's just a padlock through a hasp.
It is basically a number of switches that need to be pushed and manipulated.
I will set about doing so.
Yeah. You begin flicking the switches. You see a spark on one of them, but it still manages to go off. However, you know that there's probably going to be fuses that need to be replaced. And finally, you see down below you the docking bay open up, and you see a plume, a big plume of feathers, just sort of get sucked out with the atmosphere in there.
Okay. Now, upon closer inspection, does this just look like a drow ship that was repurposed?
It does. It looks
and
like it's
sold
something.
at a steep discount.
Yeah, sold at a steep discount and repurposed for factory farming.
Okay. Well, I really need to gauge my expectations a little bit. Not judge books by their covers, so to speak. And I'll start making my way back to the ship.
All right. You hit the tether and it begins to draw you back toward the vessel. You've mostly cleared the way from your bouncing here, so you don't have to worry about rocks except for occasionally batting one out of your face as you go up and get back into the airlock. Once you're back in, give me a pilot check to take her in.
Terrence, all the stuff that just came out of the airlock, was that like the whole flock of?
Oh no! It's just a bit. You're guessing this shit gets everywhere in this vessel.
Oh, okay.
It's just a big plume of feathers.
Okay, that's cool.
That was. Oh, you're back inside. You're piloting again.
No, I was going to ask you if you were comfortable taking it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Give us a roll.
That was a 19 this time.
All right. You back the ship off and then come up to the rear of it. You see the vessels. You see two vessels already in the pretty wide docking bay, but there's enough room for you, but barely. As you slip the Fool's Gambit into the last slip and set her down, the doors begin to close automatically behind you. The place seems cleaned out in that this is like a standard cargo loading, offloading. You see a big arm dangling from the ceiling. You can feel the ship's artificial gravity take over from your own ships as it does that basic and old-fashioned override that they all do.
The ships that were occupying the hangar, do either one of them look out of place?
One of them does, one of them doesn't. One of them is a large squarish vehicle, probably there to transport live chizards to where they need to be delivered to.
A space truck.
Yeah.
Or a space farm truck.
It's a space farm truck. And the other one is a much more modern affair, though it's seen a lot of combat from the numerous patches and blast marks on the exterior.
Scan that ship, Essex.
I scan the ship.
Scan the ship. You find that it is heavily armed, with a good array of your typical immobilizing kind of weaponry. This is a vessel designed to disable other vessels, presumably to steal something from.
Space pirates. Any life signs on it?
Yes, a couple. Now that you're in the vessel, however, your life signs gives you a bit more. You get a bit more particulars about the life signs in the vessel. Like I said, there's upward to 10,000 tiny life signs, all registering as chizards. You catch the humanoid or the human boy in the section that he is in, and you see that there is about 30 other people. 5 of them grouped together in a room, and the rest of them sort of basically milling about the rest of the vessel.
Were there any life signs in the pirate ship?
Yeah, 2.
Oh. Well, is that going to know we're here? Signal jam.
All right, your signal. you jammed the signals.
I don't want to jam their comms.
All right. What's your plan? Where are you doing?
My first instinct is to go into the pirate ship and murder the pirates, the 2 that are there, so before they can alert their companions. That just may be my bloodthirsty nature, but
Well, that's not necessarily a bad idea.
It's honestly a bad idea?
I said, no, that's not necessarily a bad idea.
I mean, we could also incapacitate them if anyone has tender feelings about the sanctity of sentient life.
I don't think that's a problem in this group.
Excellent. We're still getting to know each other. You know, we're feeling out everyone's morals and compunctions and, you know.
If they shoot at us, we shoot back.
Oh, we're going to wait for them to shoot at us.
No, not necessarily. If they point a gun,
If
Or
they,
they look
have,
slightly-
if they have,
if they look
hands.
slightly aggressive, shoot them.
Well, while you guys are debating semantics of the preciousness of humanoid life, you see the top hatch open of the ship, and you see 2 figures basically fire their jump jets to go up to one of the higher levels of the port and head into the vessel.
Or if they have stuff we want, like jump jets, and I start blasting.
Yeah.
Let's go get them.
Yes,
All right, you guys.
pause. We've alerted them. Let's go.
Okay. As you guys exit the vessel, the first thing that you all get are filter alerts. As your spacesuits are telling you it's not safe to remove
The environmental protections.
your environmental protections due to fecal contaminant.
Yeesh.
Heavy nitrous levels.
Yes, and that.
It's always the fecal contaminant.
Just fecal plumage everywhere.
Fecal plumage.
Sounds good. Chase.
How far away are the jump jet wielders?
They have already disappeared in the vessel while you guys were suiting up and arguing.
The bigger vessel, not the pirate ship.
Yeah, the main vessel, not the ship itself.
Okay.
I was like, I thought it was just in our armor.
Hmm?
Your
It is.
environmental protections is just in your armor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's telling you not to disable environmental protections. There's a.
Yeah.
Don't take your helmet off.
It's warning you about atmospheric contamination.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. Let's get these fuckers. Jump jets are dope.
All right. The vessel itself is dark, and you see that it is mostly made of, at this point in its life, repurposed and restitched, re-riveted metal. A lot of it giving long streams of dried rust. It's the kind of vessel that makes you feel unsafe no matter how many doors are closed. I'll put it simply enough. It's nasty in here. Like, this is a chicken farm, a Chizard farm, and they're not really known for their health and safety standards, but
Yuck.
This reminds me of the what was that ship that I came up with? The jumbo exciting barter.
yeah, it does have a sort of a goblin tribe would feel very at home here, and who knows, depending on how this mission goes, they may have they may one day have a chance to scavenge it, provided you don't live. So
Did we get a glance at the pirates? What did they look like?
they have their environmental protections on as well. They are wearing full face helmets, but they seem to be all matching for the most part, or not matching, but like of a general model. So you didn't really get a good look at them, but they are humanoid.
Okay.
Let me see. But you guys were watching the view screen when they escaped, so you saw one of them had 4 arms, one had 2.
It's a multi-demographic crew.
Yeah, like an 80s movie street gang. It's gonna be one
Yes.
of those multi-ethnic, inexplicable street gangs.
But they all wear the same colors.
Yep, they're all wearing the same colors. They're all doing crimes. All right.
We proceed deeper into the chicken farm spaceship.
Okay. As you proceed up the metal stairs that head toward the, are you heading toward where the 2 fled into, or are you guys going to try and navigate the vessel from a lower level?
We could
mean,
go
if
after. Go ahead.
If we're close enough behind them, I feel like we should try to catch them.
Yeah, but they use jump jets to get where they're at. We don't have jump jets.
Hmm.
I don't have a jump jet.
Nor do I don't think.
I don't have a jump jet yet.
Well then.
So it's probably not feasible for us to chase them the way they went.
No. They basically shot up from the top of their vessel, which is about halfway up the second floor of this vessel. They shot up to like the 4th floor, and headed into the ship interior.
We could go after the former crew, the surviving crew of this ship. Meat shields are always useful in a firefight.
Yeah.
We can liberate them and hope that they can get some guns or wrenches or pipes or something they can use to fight off the invaders. Or we can just go hunt down the pirates. What do you say, Essex, into your muted microphone?
Let's go hunt some pirates.
All right. And with that,
pirate hunting.
you begin heading upstairs. The sounds of the metal steps and your boots echoing off each other and echoing down the halls of this perhaps soon to be derelict vessel. Who knows? Violence happens. Things go wrong. And we'll find out that next time on Raiders of the Lark 2.0.
Oh,
Take us home, Tugger.
oh.
That's not the home I want to go to.
Yeah, I wanted to start blasting. I want to steal a jump jet. Anyhow, thanks for listening. Check out our website. Hope you like our cartoons if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching it on something else or listening to it on something else, like and subscribe. And I know Frakes mentioned that his boss is paying him really good money, but the rest of us aren't making that kind of money. So you can find us on Patreon and support us there. And just leave a little note not to split it with Frakes, and we'll be sure he doesn't see a penny.
Oh, yeah.
I could still use it. I'm getting an upgraded apartment. So they're going to be tightening my belt here very soon. No more ice cream for me on a daily basis.
Oh.
Daily ice cream.
All right, bye.
Decadent.
Bye.
Bye.